Okay, it's time to deploy to Heroku. So we're going to do Heroku new or create Meep, and it's going to tell me that somebody's already created that. No, I get it. Wow. So Meep is the name of our meal planning software, and I'm going to do git push Heroku master. Oh, whoops. And let's see how we fare. And while that's deploying, I'm actually going to go to Heroku on another screen. Give me 1 second here. All right, so I've created this new application. I'm going to configure an add-on and add Postgres. We're going to add the hobby basic. And once it finishes deploying, it'll have a free dyno as well. So it's doing its thing, deploying for the first time. Another thing that we're going to want is Sentry. So we'll add, oh, whoops. That is not what I wanted at all. That's for error tracking. We're going to have to enable that on Heroku in order for Sentry to work properly. It's pre-compiling the assets, which will take forever. And yes, we're waiting for that first deploy to Heroku. We've got the database up and running, so we'll have to migrate the database. And then the last piece is configuring the domain and setting up a domain in SSL on that domain. But for now, I can just host it from the Heroku domain. Waiting. While we're at it, and so while it's deploying, I'm actually going to go in and edit the homepage. So if we run Meep locally, and don't specifically disable the homepage, we'll get the homepage, and I'm going to go ahead and find wherever this is. Magic Meal Planner. Meep makes meal planning automatic. All right, so live demo. Get rid of the mailing list. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this entire section on the home page for now. And then we'll say we have many premium features coming, but today you can use Meep. All right. So I'm going to update the bullet train co. I don't actually know. copyright. It's actually true. It has to be Bullet Train Incorporated. Dun dun dun. Okay, so pricing will go away in production. I mean, it's not my favorite. We got to come up with some better images, but we can do that. It should be deployed. Push that up to Heroku. And let's see where we are on Heroku. Oh, it's going to have a database error. So Heroku run rake db migrate. And then we'll run the seeds. Okay, so we're now live. We are on HTTPS. We can log in, can sign up. So I'm going to create a new account. Here we go. Oh, I need to remove things from the Heroku config. So we'll run the seeds, and I'm going to Heroku config add hide things 1. So that's one thing we want to get rid of. Cool, that worked. Things are gone. If I go to edit this weekly template, my selected meals, I'm not really sure why that didn't happen. Oh, days of the week. Shoot, that's not gonna work. No, I have the meals of the day. Oh, they weren't in the database when I signed up. Darn it. All right, so let's... That's too bad. So here I'm going to edit these account details and make this guy into something else. Broken. Okay, log out. I'm going to sign up again. there's no shopping list here, but if I go to the or if I go on, if I look at craft dinner, oh, see, we're missing a feature here. We need to be able to add ingredients as well. And so we'll want to add that the same way that we did for we'll want to add that. Okay, so remind me. No, you know what? Let's just do it. So on the recipe, so on the recipe ingredient form, which is where we are now, we want there to be, like on the meal plan, meal form, all right, so we can add a new ingredient so that we can test locally. So if I log in, whoops, we have Stripe enabled locally. So we want to nope. So we don't have it there. We'll just do so we'll restart the server. Want to make sure that we have added, so we're testing this locally on the meal plans. So if we want to do shopping, if we want to manage ingredients or manage recipes, so when we're on a recipe, we can add the ingredients. When we try to add a new ingredient, but it doesn't have the ingredient that we want, we can add the new ingredient. And when we're on the new ingredient details page, so ingredient form, similar to the meal form, we want to add this hidden field that will help us control the flow. And then in the meal controller, when we save or when we create, we have this, and so we want that on the ingredient form or a controller. So when we create a new ingredient, we redirect to the right place. So new ingredient. And it should take us back to the new recipe ingredient details. Perfect. That worked great. 12 tablespoons of new ingredient. Okay, so we got that fixed. I'm going to push that up to production. Improve ingredient workflow. So we'll push that up to production. Still deploying. And we'll need to configure okay. We'll make this server so we want this to be a production server. And then finally we need cron. All right, and then we'll go on to Heroku scheduler and there we go. So now it will generate the meal plans. It's cool. And it's deployed. So we should see this updated new ingredient. And so now when we go to our meal plans, uh-oh. Oh no. So the store, oh, because it didn't have a category. Got it. So there's an error here. Because we didn't set a category, we have to add ingredient category was nil and it was trying to call store on it. So we just need to protect from that. So I'll do get def fix bug in production. So we'll do that. All right, so this is, why I walk through stuff. Guess we're waiting for that server to restart. There we go. So everything's working now and the shopping list works. So this is awesome. I appreciate you guys coming along this far. I have no idea if anybody is still watching at this point. This last video was very long because we were doing, the homepage and the Heroku and the whatever, but that tends to be how it is at the very end when you're just trying to tidy up things. So our app is live and in production, which is pretty exciting. I haven't set up emails. So right now the family members stuff probably wouldn't work in production, but yeah, other than that, we just built an entire app and I think we did it in less than 10 hours. So thanks for coming along, and I will keep adding to this series of videos on another day. See ya.